This is going to be the start of something new. But first, let's rewind and not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's run to Barnes & Noble. Bingo.
I'm hoping that this book becomes one of the most important things I own. I hope to find out who I am and what I am through this book, and figure out who I was and who I am becoming. This will be done through brutally honest entries about the life I am leading, and I am going to dissect each day thoroughly within 5 minutes of my actions and my decisions. So obviously, I bought this book, and I'm calling it the 5-Minute Daily Journal. So now, why did I buy this book, and what is my plan with it? So I've been just thinking recently about how do we quantify when I call it being in the shit, so to say. I believe a lot of time when we're starting a new journey that isn't easily trackable. So say like weight loss, that's easily trackable. You could say starting Monday, I'm going to eat clean, cut my calories back, go to the gym more because I want to lose weight, and you could see progress. You could check your weight and see if you're going down or up in weight and whatever it may be, right? The goal of making more money, that's easy to track as well. Obviously, your bank account. I want to make more money per month. You could track how much you want to make or how much you are making per month, right? So where I'm at right now is I've lost the weight that I want to lose. That was a goal of mine. And I'm kind of in a weird spot right now where it's like I just every day want to work as hard as I can to become the best version of myself. So how can I track that? I think a lot of times it's hard to stay consistent when you don't really realize like you're in the shit, you're in the journey. So when I decided I'm going to go on a cut, I was easily able to remind myself, all right, you're in the shit. You cannot cheat. You cannot skip cardio. Like, we're in the fucking journey right now because we're going for a certain goal. Now, what happens when that goal is not quantifiable? Like trying to become the best version of yourself day in and day out. There isn't a easily visible, obtainable goal that is, say, a week away, a month away, a year away. It's something that I think you're constantly working at, and there isn't easy indicators that you're on the right track and you're doing well. So that's where this comes in. That's where the 5-Minute Daily Journal comes in. I go through bouts where it's like we need to work as hard as we possibly can. And it's easy to fray off that and subconsciously, allow these weaknesses to come in and take over, and you kind of fall off course, to be honest with you. You become easily susceptible to taking your foot off the gas, and it happens slowly over time, and before you know it, you're back to square one. So that's where this comes in, is every day I'm going to either in the morning or at night. So like in the morning, I'm either going to set aside 5 minutes of how did yesterday go? Do you think you gave yesterday your absolute all, and are you satisfied with how yesterday went? And or do it at night and just, before bed, set aside 5 minutes, set a little timer, and just write, do you think today went as well as you would like? Did you try your hardest? Did you slack at all? And just kind of have a little debrief on how the day went, and be completely honest with myself if I did as good as I was hoping I would do, if I stayed consistent, if I stayed disciplined, where I faltered, and just do a little, and it's strict 5 minutes. So like when the 5 minutes is up, done, right? Unless I really want to keep writing, but I must stay to those 5 minutes. I must at least write for 5 minutes and just break down. You said you were going to read for this amount of time. You only read for this amount of time. You were very lazy to get to editing your video. You skipped cardio. Just debrief the whole day. And what I'm hoping to get from this is being able to easily just stay on track and remind myself, like, you're in the shit. You're in the shit without a specific goal. Like, there's not a body weight that I want to reach, or a number I want to reach in the gym or in a bank account, or, upload this many videos. There's no numbers that are quantifiable, that are a goal that I can reach for. This is just kind of like reaching into the abyss of being as great as I possibly can, and taking advantage of the time I have on this earth and in my youth and that, and to try to be as great as I possibly can. So I think this is going to be very beneficial, and it's also going to be beneficial just for mental health wise, just be able to put to paper how I'm feeling that day, or I'll be able to look back and see that some weeks might have been better than others or worse than others, and be able to maybe identify why certain weeks are worse than others, or why certain weeks are better than others. I'm hoping it's just going to be a great tool that's going to allow me to become more in tune with myself, and be able to just constantly remind myself not to stray off from the path, and do whatever I possibly can to become the best version of myself while I have the youth and while I have the time on this earth. Because I think we get easily distracted with these phones, and I don't know, humans seem to have just a self-sabotaging nature sometimes. So kind of just rambled on there. This obviously is not a original idea. Journaling's been around forever, and the benefits of journaling have been around forever. But I think this is something that you could easily implement. A lot of people say, like, write a page a day for your journal, or make sure you journal every day, but they're not giving us an easy, applicable way of doing it. And like, we all have 5 minutes that we can set aside, and you don't have to, hit a word count. You don't have to fill out a whole page. You could just, if I sit there for 5 minutes and I get 3 words down, and I'm just like, I really don't know what I'm thinking, or, then that's all it is for the day. 3 fucking words, and I got blank pages here. I didn't just get lined because I have no idea what I'm going to do for the 5 minutes. Maybe I might just fucking doodle something. I don't know. I gave myself the freedom to any expression I want with the pages. And hopefully I learn a lot from this. And hopefully this allows me to stay on course a little bit better. Because, like I've said before in this video, it's easy to falter sometimes when you don't have a specific goal. Like, I haven't faltered my eating with staying consistent with eating clean, because I know, like, my goal is to not eat any junk food for the entire year. That's easy. But when you just have such a broad goal of just, like, be the best version of yourself you possibly can be, it's kind of hard to stay motivated and disciplined and inspired through that, just because it's such a broad goal. There's not one singular thing that you're aiming at. You're aiming at a million things, and every facet of life, like, you're trying to become better in. So it's like, how can you quantify that? It's too big to quantify. But I think this will allow me to kind of narrow it down and see what I'm doing good at, what I'm doing bad at, what needs improvement, what maybe I need to pull back from because I'm already doing well at it, and some other things need a little bit more TLC. For example, with the videos, when it gets hard sometimes to find the motivation or inspiration to edit and upload, I oftentimes will look back at old videos like day 1, day 12, day 30 and be like, man, that was so long ago. And you thought, like, I remember posting day 12. I'm like, dude, almost 2 weeks in a row I uploaded consistently. Now I'm at day 230 something, I think. So that kind of inspires me and grounds me and allows me to do what I need to do. So I'm hoping this does the same thing. When it gets tough and I'm feeling lazy and feeling, self-sabotage like a normal human being does, I can look back and go, man, you wrote, 30 days ago you were feeling great. Or 15 days ago you were feeling pretty crappy, but you were able to work through it. Like, let's do the same thing. And maybe it'll give me tools to get through the tough times and allow me to enjoy the good times. So I'm going to do this for the foreseeable future. Maybe every 30 days or so I'll check in on how it's going. And then hopefully I could just fill this whole book out. But I highly recommend people go out and just get a little book. This isn't obviously a big book. It's as big as my hand. It's a little one. And just set aside 5 minutes a day and do this alongside of me. And maybe we could all share how it helped us. But that's going to be it for the video. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.